Did you drink coffee? Do you want an energy drink or anything? I have Black Rifles in the fridge.
It's like,
go get yourself a Black Rifle. I should have offered one. I'm rude.
Yeah, no worries.
Today I'm going Black Rifle coffee, not energy drink. Yeah, they're in Walmart. So today we have a guest, Ben Wardell. He's an Idaho bro, and obviously I think a lot of you guys have seen him probably on YouTube. He's the physical therapist who helped me have the best recovery ever, and he's the guy with the really long draw length that wasn't really that long, and the out of tune bow. And then I'm trying to think what else. Did I meet you competing, or did we ever compete against each other? Or was that, I think I was probably graduated.
Yeah, I think you were done.
Old.
And
Bring your mic closer.
you had hosted a couple of CrossFit events that at the high school.
Okay, so when did you start doing CrossFit?
2011, I believe.
All right.
I was a couple years.
Removed from college football?
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2 years I kind of did my own thing, bodybuilding style, and then
Yep. What position did you play in football?
D-end. Came as a linebacker, moved me to D-end, and was a speed rush guy.
Speed rush.
Speed rush.
Did you ever get a chance to hit a quarter? What side of the ball were you on?
I was typically weak side, away from that tight end. But again, you're always flopping whether you're front side or back side of that quarterback.
How many times have you hit a quarterback where they did not know you were coming and you just come in from the back and break their neck?
Yeah, enough that you love the feeling. And that was back in the day when you could lead with your head. I couldn't like target, go head to head. Actually, maybe I could have. I don't remember. You could kill shot people, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
Did you play college all the way through 4 years?
Yep, I did 5. I guess redshirt freshman year, and then 4 years after that.
All right. Which Dakota were you at?
South
Okay.
Dakota. From Sturgis. Did high school there. We were like the worst high school team.
Hey guys, we interrupt this podcast to let you know about one of our awesome, amazing partners, Born Primitive Outdoor. I've been working with them for the last few years. Not only do they make amazing workout training gear, but they also provide all the outdoor wear that I use when I'm hunting. Everything from these Ridgeline base tops that I'm wearing right now to their Frontier Pants 2.0. I recommend the lights, and if you're on a budget, check out the Terrain Pant. I wore that all last year. For mid-layer, look no further than the Quiver. You can also layer in the Tundra Vest or Tundra Heavy or Light 2.0, including the Mission Flex rain gear, the only flexible rain gear out there on the market that's super budget-friendly. And speaking of your budget, throw the discount code ELKSHAPE, all one word, at checkout to save 10%. Born Primitive Outdoor, a veteran ran and owned company, and I'm a proud partner. Back to the pod. You grew up in Sturgis, South Dakota.
Yep, grew up in Sturgis, South Dakota. 2 games away from the national losing record. Yeah, so I think we were 0-78 games. So I'd never seen us win a football game the whole time watching high school football. And my senior year, we had this camera crew following us around doing a documentary on us called The Streak Breakers. And our second game of the year.
This is so cool. I love this.
Yeah. We ended up beating Rapid City Stevens for our first. Pretty sure it was Rapid City Stevens, or maybe it was Spearfish. Either way, won a game. I had a great game. I had like interception for touchdown. I think I had 2 or 3 touchdowns, 18 tackles. Like huge game for me. And yeah, had a camera crew following us around. Did a little documentary. I was on ESPN, or not. I wasn't, but our team was like rushing the field. It was pretty sweet.
Dude, okay.
Yeah.
What year was that?
07.
07.
07 was when we broke the streak.
Did you say like, hey, can I get some of that footage? I got to put together a tape for colleges.
Yeah. I sent off all that recruiting stuff, but I got the little like DVD of the old Streak Breakers.
Dude, I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, so where did you go to college then?
Augustana College, just on the other side of the state over in Sioux Falls, and did the 5 years over there.
How's that side of the state?
It was way more humid. I mean, no, I like it. I mean, it's not as, I'm from like the Black Hills area, so you're kind of used to a little bit of mountains and terrain. Where out there, it's cornfields and flat. Was that tough or rough, or were you able to go back home? How many hours of drive is that between college? It's like 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not forever, but it's far enough away that you really don't go back.
It's like going to Seattle for college and then moving back to North Idaho.
Yeah.
About 5-hour drive. Okay, so 5 years of ball, you graduate and you finally like get rid of bodybuilding and start doing. Who invited you to?
Probably my wife. She started CrossFit before, And, you know, again, like playing college football, you have somebody telling you what to do for working out for 5 years. And I just didn't want that. I didn't want somebody telling me how to work out, which is kind of what CrossFit was, you know, critiquing my squat form. And I was like, bro, I played college football. I don't need you to tell me how to squat. And here I probably did not have great squat form. I definitely needed critiquing on some of that stuff, but I didn't want to hear it at the time.
I love that.
Yeah. But again, you compete in everything for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm not in the NFL. Competing stops as far as that level. And CrossFit kind of filled that competitive little void for me in my life.
What a similar story for so many people, too.
Yeah.
That's great. So where was your first CrossFit workout at?
At CrossFit Sioux Falls.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I would dink around and do my own little CrossFit style workouts in this gym that I was going to over there before I finally made the full commitment.
Were you married in college or outside of college?
Nope, it was outside of it.
Okay. Did you met your wife? What's her name?
Sarah.
You met Sarah in college?
After I graduated.
Okay.
Yep, she was after college.
Where'd you meet her?
Actually, downtown Sioux Falls on St. Patrick's Day.
No kidding.
Yep. Randomly, we didn't exchange phone numbers or anything. I found out that I worked in the same hospital as her. And I was like a PT transporter at the time, working for like the physical therapy department in this hospital. And she was a nurse on the cardiopulmonary floor. And I was going to her floor like the next week. So
For work.
For work. Yep. So.
And conveniently saw her? Or
I saw her like one time, and then it was like a month before I saw her again, because there's like 5 Sarahs on the floor. She has a weird last name that you hear it pronounced of Skur, but it's spelled like outrageously. So I couldn't find her on Facebook. Like, it just took a long time to kind of pick her back up.
Okay.
Just to even talk with her again.
From the time you did finally get her phone number or go on a date, how long did you guys date until you got married?
That's a Sarah question. I'm gonna say 2 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Safe bet. 2
Safe
years.
bet. I think roughly 2 years.
Okay.
Roughly 2 years.
And then did you guys get married she's from South Dakota?
Yeah, we got married in South Dakota. Yeah, so kind of interesting. So we get married. I'm still finishing up physical therapy school in Fargo. She moves out to South Dakota to start CRNA school within like the first week of our marriage, if not like that same week. I stay back in Fargo. So we get married. We're apart for our first 2 or 3 months of marriage. She's out living with my parents out here in Post Falls.
So is there like a nurse anesthetist program out here?
Yeah, at Gonzaga. Yep.
And after 2-3 months, then she moved back and you were like,
No, I moved out here.
You're like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
Well, I just had to finish up this last little bit of schooling before I started my last clinical. And yeah.
So where did you get your physical therapy? You have a doctorate?
Yep.
Was that in?
That was it's in Fargo. They have a Jamestown, University of Jamestown has a satellite campus.
Okay.
In there.
And that's where you did that program?
Yep, did the PT school there.
And once you graduated that's when you joined your wife here in Idaho?
Yep.
Okay.
Idaho, Post Falls.
Post Falls.
Yep.
Okay. And you've been in Post Falls ever since?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So how many years have you lived in North Idaho?
Parents moved out here in 07, 08, the year that we got nuked on with snow. And then
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, we pull up to our house. We pull up in December.
That was not normal.
Well, I thought it was because I've never been here before. And there's 3 feet of snow in our driveway. And I'm from South Dakota. Like, I've seen some snow. And I was like, Dad, where did you take us? Like, this is
intense.
This is not normal. People are scraping snow off their roofs.
Yeah.
I was like, geez. I think I officially moved out here in 15 or 14, me and her.
Okay.
My parents had been out here. That's how we got kind of connected with this area.
Okay. That makes sense. So if you're out here and you just a fresh grad from PT, is it like pretty typical to go find a normal PT job where I call them like turn and burn clinics where you're just like, how many patients can we see? It's an AMRAP of patients every day.
I would say that is typical. It's a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. Those companies are typically hiring people for that just because they need that
more bodies.
Yeah, well, they need that kind of patient volume and need PTs in there. And honestly, it's a good place to learn how to do stuff because you get to see a bunch of people and you get to see a hodgepodge of everything. Yeah. So it's not a terrible place to start.
No.
You learn a lot real quick, but it's kind of just to the fire.
What do those days look like for you? Like how many patients would you see in a day? And do you have a PT aide?
Yep, PTA. And so we were kind of on this every 30-minute little block. So you're with the patient for that 20 to 30 minutes. Evals you got for the full hour, but otherwise it was that 15 to 18 people a day.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people.
Oh,
Just a lot of people.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Some documentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so meanwhile, your wife, when did she graduate CRNA school?
Yep. That was, I want to say 18.
Okay.
18. Yeah.
Is she currently
Yep.
a nurse anesthetist
Yep.
at Sacred Heart?
Yep.
Does she know Sam?
Yes. Yes.
Did you know that Sam's a badass?
Yeah.
bow
Sam
hunter?
actually texted me after this whole thing a couple days later. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna talk about this whole thing,
Yeah.
guys.
No.
We're just getting to know the background on Ben. Yeah, I met Sam randomly somehow. I think he just reached out and said, "Hey, can I come work out with you?" I know a lot of people do that, honestly, and I honestly try to say yes to everybody and line it out. I'm really glad we got connected. He was like salt of the earth, and I had no idea like about his professional life. He's a higher up at Sacred Heart Providence, and he was in charge of my wife's best friend, Dana. She's a CNRA.
Gotcha.
Do you know Dana Brown?
I don't know if I know Dana Brown.
She's really like one of my favorite humans. She went to college with my wife, and they just have always stayed in touch. But she's like just this badass chick. Like she listens to this podcast. So what's up, Dana? She does not hunt, but she like literally has gotten into backpacking solo.
Good for her.
And she's in her 30s, and she like buys all the gear that I recommend for hunting and uses it for like, and dude, I don't know how many trips she does a year, but it's like, she's been everywhere.
Good for her.
Solo too, which is like really like,
No, it is.
and she's just last week was like, "Hey, Alicia, my wife, let's go shoot." So she'll go to sharpshooters and shoot her handgun, and is giving my wife a lesson. And anyways, those are the kind of a nurse anesthetist I want. The other guy who put me out on my surgery, can't remember his name, but he's a bow hunter.
Was that at Sacred Heart or was that at?
Yeah, it was at, well, no, it was at Northwest.
Northwest,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I can't remember the guy's name. He's short, buff, and he is a bow hunter. I was getting drugged up when I was talking to him, so I can't remember everything we talked about.
Count backwards from 10 and you're 3.
Yeah, but it was good. So, all right. So I kind of got the premise of the wife's doing that. How long did you do? I would call it like clinical physical therapy, corporate-y, until you were like, I would like to work for Ben Wardell myself.
Yeah. I think I was with that facility for close to like 8 years, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah. Quite a while. And again, like I
Good
like
tenure.
I was like, I liked the job. I loved the people that I was working with. But like you said, you're seeing a ton of people kind of day in and day out. And I was like, man, I kind of want to just try this on my own and do something a little different. See if I
What
can
did
kind of
Sarah
make it work.
think about that idea?
Probably a little like hesitation on it. Like obviously she was fine with me doing it, but I don't know, the consistent paycheck, knowing that like, hey, every 2 weeks I'm going to get this amount of money is easy to kind of plan for.
Yeah.
Or going out on my own, I don't know. I have no idea how long it'll take before I even make a little bit of money.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. I love that part of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're betting on yourself.
You definitely bet on yourself. Sold my dirt bike so I can kind of help because I paid for like this, it was like a coaching program to kind of help set up even like just the business side of things. I was like, I know how to be a PT. I don't know how to do any of the other stuff.
Thank you for recognizing that you need a little help.
Yeah, I definitely needed help.
Yeah.
Definitely needed help. And it was easily the best investment I've
Do you
ever
remember
made
what
with
it was
that.
called?
Clinical marketer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Studs there.
Did you serve 2 masters for a while? Like behind the scenes when you clock out, like signing a lease, working on some tenant improvements, building a business plan, getting a marketing plan together? Or were you like, I'm out and holy shit, what do I do first? You know?
No, it was definitely like trying to back off of my typical job and kind of build up the other one. And then ended up just wasn't kind of working out with kind of my boss at the time didn't want me doing that. And so we had a meeting, and then at that day it was like I was done. I thought I was coming back in on Monday and I wasn't. So
Turns out you're not.
Yeah. So it's probably good to have that hard cutoff. Now you're on your own. You got to figure it out instead of like this slow trickle down playing it safe. It was okay. Like I got to make this work.
I have a story similar. In 2007, I think I went down to Boise to open a speed school and manage a personal trainer.
Like speed school, like running.
Yeah, like
kind of track stuff. Yeah,
called Parisi Speed School. I think they're still out and around. Great program. HQ was in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, so I think I've been there 3 times.
Yeah,
for just like learning their systems, and great program. Martin Rooney, just a great mentor. Anyways, I got that speed school up and running. I also got into CrossFit at the time accidentally I was running all the personal trainers in the gym side of things. So just basically making sure that they sell enough personal training to keep the boss off my back. And then I'm running the speed school and hiring coaches to do speed schools and meeting with parents and doing evals. And then like the owner was cool, man. He was like, here's a P&L. I've never seen a P&L in my life.
Yeah.
I just have been a gym manager so much that like I just know what the numbers we got to hit and then reverse engineer how do we hit these numbers for supplement sales, for personal training sales, for membership sales, new membership sales, all that stuff. And then plus like the monthly dues tab, like where are we at? Like how much money are we reoccurring every month automatically?
Yep.
Never a profit and loss. And this guy was cool. Like he like busted out a P&L and he was like, you're a little light. You're bleeding.
Yeah.
And so I had to think of we don't have kids at the speed school from like all morning till 3:00 in the afternoon when they get out of school. Kids don't come in before school. And then personal training's going on over in the gym next door. How about the speed school offers an adult fitness class? And we had cool stuff at the speed school. Like it wasn't going to work for obese people or overweight people.
Yeah.
It was, you kind of had to be kind of fit. So I had this idea of advanced adult fitness, right?
Okay.
And then I was like, how the hell do I train a big group of people? Like I only know how to do like one-on-one personal training or one-on-one speed development. So I like somehow came across CrossFit.com. I was like, this shit's stupid. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I have a master's in exercise physiology. This is barbaric. People are going to get hurt, but I'll try it. And I did it, liked it. And I did another one. And then all of a sudden I got all my coaches doing CrossFit. And then I was like, okay. And then now I'm basically running an adult fitness class disguised as, well, it's really just CrossFit workouts. And then I was like, okay, I want to open my own CrossFit. I drank the Kool-Aid all in.
Gotcha.
The reason I tell you all that is I was scheming while I was down there. I was like, I'm going to move back home to Spokane and open a speed school and a CrossFit gym. I want to work for myself. And so I'm scheming, planning on the weekends, driving home, shopping for a building. And I got everything on lock and I'm still a crazy elk hunter. So August 1st, I give my boss a 1 month notice. Like, hey, this is my last month. And then September 1st, I'm out. I'm going elk hunting for a month. And then when I get home, I'll open up my gym. And he's like, hey, that's cool. Like, I didn't tell him about the part where I was going to Spokane to open my own shit, but he was like, thank you for giving your notice. We'll pay you for the rest of the month, but we accept your notice as of today. You're done. And I was just like you. I was like, I thought I was going to be here on Monday. Okay, what do I'm going to do? And to this day, I was like, I was so shocked. Like that somebody would like, yeah, you already checked out, get out.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was cool about it, but like, I was like, what am I going to do for a month before elk season? I antelope hunted, but yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, so then what did you do? You're like, you had your sit down. You're not back to work on Monday. I guess it started.
Yeah, it was. It's not like I had a full schedule. I could just call some people, and all of a sudden I was seeing a bunch of people. I was trying to gather more clientele, put money into marketing. And
do you have a location?
I did have a location then. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Was it a sublease or was it like your own spot?
Nope. Just kind of leasing it out of a kind of a CrossFit gym, style gym. So it was something I felt at home with, and it was honestly, I'm still there, and it's been a good spot for me.
Oh, you are. So
Yep.
CrossFit athletes, that's a good clientele. Were you already kind of helping the aches and pains and banged up CrossFitters at that gym?
A little bit. Again, like this was a pretty brand new gym, so there wasn't a ton of people coming in and out of that gym. Obviously,
okay.
I'd been working out of CrossFit coordinating a little bit and seeing multiple people out of there.
Okay.
But otherwise, it was kind of just through different advertisement and just seeing just the average gym goer, just somebody who hurts when bench pressing, or it does hurt when they snatch overhead press, and that's kind of where the little shoulder niche is kind of fallen into.
When did this model start to develop where you could basically go away from billing insurances and doing cash pay?
When did it start for me? Or
when did that become a thing? Was it a thing?
I don't know. Like I'd kind of heard of it a little bit, maybe a couple years before, because I'd been thinking about doing this for a couple years before I actually like jumped into it.
Okay.
And it just seemed like a way better way to do it, because I get to see the patient the whole time. I'm not barred by any insurance thing, or I got to make sure my note sounds perfectly so I can try to get reimbursed or more visits. I get somebody who just had a surgery.
No games.
Yeah, no, there's no games. It's just like, hey, do you either want to work on this with me or not?
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never really hired a physical therapist, to be honest with you. You're the first one. And you were like, you just need this amount of visits. And I think I might have got a discount for paying in full.
Yeah.
But I just gave you my card. And I never honestly cared what you charged. That's how serious I was about getting back on like the road.
One goal, man.
Like
one goal.
Okay, whatever. Like, I don't know if everyone's like that, but for me, it was like, I just want to get back to 100%. So
yeah.
I know you're the key. You're the glue to this deal. And I enjoyed having you for the full hour and not being passed off to an aide.
Yeah.
Nothing against aides, but like I had your undivided attention for an hour, and like, you know, there were some days I didn't really look forward to seeing you. Yeah. But I knew it was I knew it was good.
Most don't.
How long did it take you to kind of figure out systems and like, let's be honest, like earn a paycheck or turn a profit?
Yeah. No, it's obviously like still figuring all that out. Like I'm not.
Oh, you haven't figured it out yet?
Yeah. Well, it's a constant learning, especially because I just hired my first employee. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now it's a whole new like kind of stress.
Is this employee a PT?
Yeah.
Oh, like you just, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, the stress is a little different with that. Trying to get her like full and having patience for her so she feels valued and paying her enough but making sure it's good fit. Like it's a way different thing instead of just
that's exciting.
Me. No, it's exciting.
When did that happen?
This is her second day. Today is her second day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Look at you.
Yeah.
So how old are you now?
Today's my birthday. I turned 37 today.
Shut up. Are you serious?
That's serious.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
So what is today? October
17th.
October 7th. And by the way, my little sister, who doesn't listen to this podcast, completely missed her birthday this year. Never done that ever. She's 5 years younger. October 7th. Literally just thought of it yesterday. I was like,
shoot, missed that.
I'm so sorry. Being a selfish elk hunter does have some disadvantages to that, like stuff like that, where you're just so self-absorbed into trying to get an elk killed. And anyways, 3-7, it's a good age, but I definitely think you might be exiting your prime. I'm just going to tell you straight up.
No, if that ship has already sailed.
Okay.
I was talking with somebody.
But your prime wasn't that long ago, in my opinion.
No, it wasn't. Like I had some really strong like strength numbers here, like just a couple years ago.
Yes.
So I PR'd my clean like 2 years ago.
Yes. I think in like my mid 30s was like pinnacle.
Yeah.
And then shit started dropping off.
Where'd you say your cardio is compared to like 10 years ago?
It's the same.
Cardio
I haven't lost cardio.
Gotcha.
Cardio is, that's not true. That's not true. You know how you need some of that power output strength to do some like CrossFit style, like let's say we did like you threw Grace, 135 pound barbell, ground overhead, or clean and jerk really, or Isabel 135. I used to do Isabel with 155, like not even blink, like that would crush me right now because of my strength. Like 95 pound Isabel would crush me.
Yeah.
So that's not true to say my cardio, because you need some of that power output to tap into and strength.
Yes,
that I don't have. But just overall general conditioning, I felt that you'll love to hear this. I think it said this on another pod. This is the best I've ever felt elk hunting this year. Like
that's good.
I never got altitude sickness once. I never said, "Oh, my knee hurts." I probably did the most miles I've ever done. I tried so fucking hard this year, Ben. Like I tried so hard.
Yeah.
Whatever that means to people, whatever you think I just said, I'm serious. I tried so hard. Packed out 2 bulls, no pain. It was a good year. And my wife said, "You're skinny and gross right now. Like, can you please get back to how you looked right before elk season?" And I was like, yeah, I did kind of look pretty good before elk season. Like I felt fit. And she's like, "Well, what were you doing different?" And I was like, "Well, I kind of always did the stuff that Ben told me to do as a warm up and never skimped on that. So I was always taking care of the knee. And then I kind of did like a little bit of strength, not a lot. And then I'd do like one conditioning piece, and that was it. I'd be in and out of the gym in 40 minutes, but I would do that 6 days a week. Like
Gotcha.
1 day off. No high volume 90-minute sessions ever. And I never felt bad. I never felt sore. I recovered well.
That's good.
I don't know. Maybe that's the way I need to go back to.
That's where I'm struggling a little bit, is I still want to train at that high volume. Like I'm still kind of competing in CrossFit, even though it doesn't always feel the best. So over the past like year, I've been like, I'll do the competitive workout, but I kind of modify it a little bit to fit me and kind of how my body's feeling more than I would like to. But
are you still in Liberty Lake too?
as far
Mode?
as, yeah.
So his office has James Sprague and the bunch in there. You see them like you're watching the guy who won the CrossFit Games doing all that stuff. That's gonna get you sucked into the wrong programming.
Totally. So I had a break. I had a patient cancel, and I go out and watch the Mariners game, and James is like, "Hey, you want to come do this last piece with me?" And I was like, "Dude, I only got 45 minutes." He's like, "Come on, just do this." But when the fittest man on earth is like, "Hey, do you want to do a workout with me?" You're gonna go freaking do it. And it was this stupid, heavy, strong man thing. But again, like, so this is playing.
That's kind of wheelhouse.
Yeah, playing to some of my strengths. I'm still fairly strong. But it was a 500-pound yoke for 100 feet. Then it was a 400-pound, so 200 pounds on each hand, farmer carry. Then 80-pound dumbbells, 2 of them overhead for the 100 feet.
Double
for 80 with 80s dumbbells. It was hard.
That's funny. I just did devil presses yesterday with 80s.
Yeah.
For 2 reps. And then one of my buddies texted me. He's like, I watched your Instagram. That's not a devil press. That's a burpee to clean and jerk. And I was like, okay, Blake. Okay, Blake.
It's an 80-pound dumbbell. It's hard to get it over.
Screw you. I barely got the 80s overhead, and it was ugly. So I have a fresh in my mind of like doing that fatigue, because that you didn't say that first. That's towards the end.
Yeah.
And how far did you carry 80s overhead?
The 100 feet, and then it was a 270-pound sandbag for 100 feet. And he wanted me to do 4 rounds of that. So it was, he would go, then I would go. Okay. We just went boom, 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 back and forth, but turned into like cardio. Like I was just so fatigued. Was done with the 3rd round. I was like, bro.
Tell me you were making him suffer too, going so fast that he didn't get enough rest.
He suffered the last round that I didn't do because he didn't have to wait for me.
Okay.
So no, there was no suffering from him.
Fit.
He's a freak. He's a freak. Like, and I love that I get to watch him kind of work out like every day, because it's the volume and training that he does is insane. Like you don't understand unless you watch him do it day in, day out for 6 hours, where you're like, every time you look out the window, you're like, oh,
he's still going.
He's doing another piece. And it's not like he's dinking around. Like he's constantly doing something. And if he's not, he's resting and he's watching his last workout. Like he records everything, and then he goes back and looks at it and analyzes everything that he just did, all of his movements, everything, transition times. Like he's recording all of that. Like he can look at a workout and tell you like, hey, this is going to take me roughly this long, and be like pretty stinking close, knowing like splits, always shooting for like negative splits, wants to know like how much his transition time is going to be. Like it's the science behind it of how he's doing it compared to like what I was doing when I was competing.
Yeah.
It's way different, but that's what happens when you're a pro level athlete doing it.
275-pound sandbag.
Yeah. That's heavy.
Ground to overhead, and then, ground to shoulder, and then, or did you?
I bear hugged it.
Bear hugged it.
Yeah, but it's still just to clean a 270-pound sandbag is heavy.
Especially fatigued.
Yeah.
So high heart rate.
I only did 3 rounds because I was going to be sweating all over my next patient, and I thought my spine was going to shoot out of my butt. I was like, bro, I'm done.
Well, that's awesome. But typically, how many people will you see a day? Like in an average normal bend day?
Probably 8.
Versus 18 to 20?
Half.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I take the mornings. So normally I'd be in there at 8, 9 o'clock. Now I don't show up till 10. I kind of cherish that morning time with the kids because my wife is gone, and wake up and hang out with them.
Oh, that almost makes me tear up. I think that's so precious.
Yeah. I got a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, and that time is fleeting, where they're just tiny. Like my little freaking 1-year-old, he's so dang cute. He's like the smiliest little baby. I love him.
When I had the gym, I was I only did mornings maybe one day a week. I was always there for mornings with the fam. That's why I kind of I just cherished it. It was cool. Yeah. Now, like today, I didn't see the kids. They were sleeping. I do take my kids to school a couple days a week.
Good.
They're going to school here in Washington.
Yeah. Where are you doing that at? Because I'm about to be into that boat of like, where am I going to take my kids to school? And I honestly have no idea.
Idaho was cool. Like they went to we have an elementary right by our house in Idaho, but Alicia was like, I think we should get them into the school that they're going to go to when we move into the house here.
That makes sense.
We're building a house right now. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. So we decided to sacrifice all our life driving in this year. So we drive them to school and pick them up from school, and we live in a different state. So it's just a lot of driving, but we just want to get them into the schools they're going to be in for the rest of their, public school experience. So no private. We did go to, we went to Mode and checked out their school.
Okay, yeah.
And I was really, really impressed. But I also realized that wouldn't work for my son, Tristan. He's like, it's pretty chill there, and he needs
Structure.
a lot of structure.
Yeah.
And a lot of, he needs consequences.
Gotcha.
He brought home a piece of paper yesterday. He got written up and for making fart sounds and disrupting the class.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Then we're in here and I'm working and he's making fart sounds. And I'm like, hey, did you not just get written up for making that sound? Why are you practicing that sound here? He's like, I don't know. I just did it. So, but back to Washington schools are good. They're 5 days a week.
Yes.
The Idaho schools were 4 days a week, which sounded good on paper, but we want our kids in school 5 days a week. They need the structure. I think that they're missing out on an extra day of social interaction and just, like you said, structure and guidance and education. And the kids, they seem to think that the Washington school is harder. Like they're being more challenged.
Yeah, it probably is.
I don't know. I'm not talking shit about.
Like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids in school.
I did public school. I turned out, I guess, okay. I kind of wanted my kids to go to public school. In the schools that they both go to, we live in a nice area right here. Like, it's no joke. Like, your drive here, you saw all those nice houses and stuff. Dude, go down and take a left.
Yeah.
You got the complete opposite. And you got the smorgasbord of kids from different backgrounds crammed into the school. I love that. I want my kids to be exposed to all sorts of walks of life. That's one thing. I think that's a benefit of public schools. Getting, different economical status and understanding people are still just people. So it'll be good. But 4 and 1.
4 and 1.
That's busy. Is the 1-year-old walking?
Yep, just started.
Yeah,
just started here a couple months ago, and just a little
that changes
hands
games,
up.
Man.
Yeah, but honestly, I think he's happier that he can kind of move around a little bit.
So, 2 boys.
2 boys.
Tristan started walking at 9 months.
Yeah,
terrible. That's too early.
That's early.
He skipped crawling, kind of almost, and just went right to Avery about 1, which is good. What's your boys' names?
Benson and Bridger.
Benson and Bridger.
Yep.
All right. Are you done? A little girl would be nice.
So we had like our fertility journey with this. So it was pretty tough for us to kind of have kids.
Yeah.
And have Bridge. We ended up having to do IVF, which is seemingly like a more evident thing for couples. It could be, again, it's go down the rabbit hole of
the water
of that, dude. I think it's a ton of stuff.
It's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, could be
the Bluetooth.
Whatever it is. It's a lot of stuff.
It's something.
Yeah. And we have one more little boy in the freezer. So the wife is semi-convinced me to at least attempt it.
Hell yeah.
Because again, even just from like this kind of Christian perspective, like I can't just leave a little boy hanging out in the freezer. So,
yeah, I haven't thought of it that way, but like
so we gotta put it back in God's hands and kind of give it a chance and kind of see what happens.
Be another arrow in your quiver.
Yeah, I'm torn on it. I know I'll never like regret having like 3 kids, but selfishly, I'm like, man, I only want to. But it's all for selfish reasons. Like it's 100%.
Well, get that thing cooking soon because like selfishly, I want you to like get to the fun stage and not be like got 2 in the fun stage and then you got like diapers.
Yeah.
My kids are fun right now. Like ages 9 and 11.
Seems great. So you're taking your kid out shooting.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's just the best. I want to freeze time right now.
Yeah.
So especially my daughter at age 11, I can see what's coming and I'm not pumped about it because like she's beautiful and brilliant. This is obviously me talking, so I'll be biased, but like for real, she's got a high IQ. She'll probably be a doctor. Doesn't make sense how smart she is, but she's not smart about boys and probably never will be. And I don't know. You do your best as a father, but like I want to freeze right now. I got the kids that they're at the perfect age. We're going to talk about elk hunting. This is the Elk Shape Podcast. Now that we have an idea of how you did what you did to do what you do and you work for yourself, you do have the freedom to take time off.
Yeah.
There's a cost with the business and your family. So when did you first discover that elk bugle and you can hunt them in the rut with a bow in North Idaho? Hey guys, Dan here. We're going to interrupt the pod, tell you about Elk Shape Training. This is a workout program dedicated to hunters, built by strength and conditioning elk hunters. That's right, I write all the programming. There's 2 tracks, the Hustle track and the Limitless. Hustle track is for those that have minimal equipment, and then the Limitless track is for those that have full-on access to a gym. Both paths lead to the same goal: you more fit, more successful, and a better trajectory for more elk hunting years to come. Separation is definitely in the preparation when it comes to fitness, and it's a huge advantage to be fit, and it's easier to stay fit year round. Our program is periodized so that you are peaking right before September gets here, and we have a complete off-season and preseason program. Head over to elkshape.com, check out Elk Shape Training. It is month to month, pay as you go, stop when you want. Back to the pod. Hey, we're going to interrupt the pod real quick to let you know about one of our favorite partners, Montana Knife Company out of Frenchtown, Montana. I've been to their factory. I've been to their facility. I've met their team members, and they're awesome. Josh Smith was introduced to me a while back. This is a guy who's been a master bladesmith since he was little, but also he was a blue-collar lineman who eventually got the gumption to go all in on himself. Him and Brandon started Montana Knife Company. They're kicking butt. They've been on my radar for a while, and I've been partnered for over a year now with Montana Knife. If you're in the market for a knife that you can pass down generation to generation, something that's fixed and is going to stay sharp and you can break down your elk, check out the Stone Goat, the Mini Goat, the Blackfoot. They have a variety of knives. They have drops that sell out every time. So head over to their social or their website or their YouTube. Check them out. Follow along to be notified when their next drop is. We will even do more down the road, exclusive elk-shaped drops like we did this year. That thing sold out. Montana Knife, great company, great people, amazing knife that will last you a lifetime. Back to the pod.
I think I've officially been hunting for like 7 years and doing it hard, where I'm like taking time off work and like really trying to do this for like 5 or 6. And so before I even started at my job, my wife was like, hey, you got to make some money. Like, you got to go get a job. So she saw that Cabela's was hiring, and I went and applied at Cabela's, and the guy who was running the bow shop, named Jared, he hired me, and worst financial decision my wife has ever made was having me go work at Cabela's, because it got me into elk hunting. Like, because I mean, from South Dakota, like, we didn't do any hunting. All we did was we ran like a wild game processing facility for like 8 years. So I only knew like the second half of hunting. I'd shot like 1 deer, I think, in my whole life prior to.
When you say we ran a wild game, who's we?
My family.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, we would do 200, 250 deer a year and like 50 elk.
What an advantage. Like,
yeah.
You see how I'm excited? I'm like,
yeah, so,
I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah, like after an animal is down, that's when I feel comfortable. That's when I was like, finally, now I know what I'm doing.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Fun fact. Did not know. That's great. So the dude's probably pretty good at butchering wild game.
I'm not terrible at it. I'm not saying like my dad is like the meat cutting wizard. Like,
sure,
when we're like processing animal, he's like, it'll be like a debone, and he'll like pull out meat. He's like, oh, yep, that's the top round, and put off this. I'm like, how do you even know that? Like, it's this mushed up piece of meat. How do you just? That's
funny. I know that stuff now.
Yeah,
but I've hung around some pretty good like butchers. Last year I paid for every elk to get butchered, man, like a bum. It was about, I think I did the math. It was like a little over $3,000.
Yeah, I was like, it's pretty expensive.
This year I paid for one, and it's honestly just convenience. Like, if I get this meat to this guy who does a great job, I can keep hunting.
Yeah.
On my last bow I got this year, I was like, I'm doing this one myself. Like, I'm out of time, and I have nothing but time. Let's go.
Yeah.
And butchered an entire elk with my wife, maybe 5 hours. And I'm talking like everything from steaks, roasts, to grind, to double grind, to vacuum sealed or butcher paper, depending on what we did.
Yep.
In the freezer, cleaned up, ready to go. And Alicia was kind of being rude because she was like, Thursdays are, so when I go hunting, she creates a routine.
Yeah.
And then when I get back from hunting,
you mess it
I
up.
mess up her routine. And I know this. Guys, I'm old. I've done this. I know. And so I told her, hey, I don't want to mess up your routine that you've established with the kids. Well, I told her, I'm coming home with this elk. I need your help. Like, it's just bottom line, or it's going to take me all day. She's like, I don't want to cut up an elk right now. That's going to take 10 hours and blah, blah, blah. It's Thursday. It's my day to clean the house in Post Falls. Like, the kids are gone, and I can actually clean everything top to floor. And I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that the time sensitivity of this meat that's on ice that is melting is not as important as you mopping the kitchen. I'm like, can you push that off to Friday? And I'll take the kids to school Friday. And she definitely threw a fit. And then she was like, fine, I'll help you. And anyways, dude, the knife you use to butcher an elk makes all the difference in the world. I'm not talking in the field. I'm talking when you get the meat home. So the Bearded Butcher Bros teamed up with MKC, and they came out with a couple awesome butchering knives. This is my first time using them. For years, I'd use just like a Havalon or just like a really sharp buck knife. And, you know, it's just not a butchering knife.
Okay, way different. Way different.
And I kind of learned this from my buddy Drew Howerton. And so, like, I got that, and that's why I did the elk in half the time. It was the knife. Does that it probably makes sense to you?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I have a buddy who has one of those knives, and he let me use it this year.
Sweet.
So I got to use that as well.
For your elk?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So back to 7 years of archery elk hunting on a DIY North Idaho.
Yeah.
How many days do you think you averaged a year chasing bugles? Just to kind of set the stage.
Especially the past like 4 years. I know 2 years ago I had 18 days.
Oh, damn.
Field,
okay.
It's
getting serious.
Which is quite a bit for somebody who's I only get so much allocated time off. So I definitely trying to like stack those weekends, and there's a little bit of like an extended weekend warrior. And this year I had plans of taking a ton of time off. Like I think I had close to 20 days, around that 18 days where I could theoretically go hunting as long as it was approved by the wife. Because that's the nice thing of kind of running your own business is I'm just not going to see patients these days. I'm going to go elk hunting.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah. So I would say average that 10 to 12.
Yeah. So that's like legit.
Yeah.
That's a good effort.
No, it is.
And then what was last year? Your 6th year or 7th year?
That was probably, of doing it hard, probably 6 or 7.
And you finally shoot an elk with your bow last year. And we did a whole series because you got no penetration.
Yep.
And it literally makes no sense when you realize that your draw is 29 and a half, 30?
31. Or no, we bumped it down to 30 and a half, I think.
Yes. And
yes.
Whatever. You're over 30.
Yeah, 30 something.
And you're pulling 80.
6.
And your arrow weight is like
565.
It's just like, it's not fair. It's
I'm shooting a cannon. Like I should be able to shoot through a freaking tree.
Anyways, you didn't get the bull, but you shot one. Like, so you got a shot opportunity.
Yep. Inch of penetration.
So like it was one of those, I don't think the bull died. Like
the bull definitely did not die.
Right. Which is kind of like,
which is good.
Sad to say, but it's like good, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, I'd rather not mortally wound one, but
yeah.
Okay. So this is year 8.
This is year 8.
I want people to realize that you're choosing to hunt North Idaho. And I've talked about North Idaho all the time because that's where I cut my teeth. That's what I started in 2002 with a bow in North Idaho. And I had more than 10 to 12 days a year. I have always given myself the entire month of September. Before wife, kids, I'd quit jobs for elk hunting. I'm not normal. I understand that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm cool because I'm definitely not. Like I made some poor decisions. I could probably be financially off way better. But I just love elk hunting, man. I'm psycho. And so 2002 to 2008, never brought home a bull elk from Idaho.
Yeah.
I brought bulls home from other states, but my home state, like that I was trying to get one in North Idaho, in 2009, I finally killed my first North Idaho bull. And it was a 7x7.
There you go.
That was worth the wait.
Definitely.
And from that year on, I always killed 2 North Idaho bulls every year until I left in 2019. So there was a giant learning curve. I don't think I became some better hunter. I just put together all the mistakes that I've made in the last 8 years and stopped doing those things. And then I started, you know what I mean? So everyone's got their journey. That's what started this whole podcast. This whole brand is about delayed gratification. That's why I'm so excited to talk to you about this, because you've been trying for 7 years and even had close calls and even shot one and couldn't get it recovered. Take us through 2025.
2025. So the great part of 2025 is I shot my bull pretty stinking early in the season. I only hunted 3 days this year, which is great. Which is great. So I had this was a second week. I think I shot this bull on the 6th of September.
That's early.
6th or 7th, one of the two. And I went in, I only had like 2 days to hunt. This week it was a short week. The next week I was going to be taking like pretty much the full week off. So I had pretty much a little 36 hours. I could kind of go hunt. So I went in Friday night, took my bike in. I wanted to, because the weekend before it's still super hot. I was pretty much done with bugles in the morning by 8:00. If I wasn't on something by 8, like it was ghost town the rest of the day. I was getting minimal night bugling or anything in like the evening time. Not that I'd hunted that many days, but for the 2 days before that was pretty just slow.
Okay, so they're pretty much bedding up right after first light.
Definitely.
And then there's zipped lip.
I was getting nothing. And I'm in spots where I know there's elk, and I just was not able to kind of get any action. And
how many bugles were you hearing? Like, is it just like a bull pushing cows, or just like you're not even sure if he's got cows?
Well, the weekend before, I was in a drainage where I had 3 bulls going. And this is like, me and my buddy were in there at like 4 a.m. and just great day. Ended up having another hunter come up off the ridge, pushing bulls around and cows. And it was just ended up calling them in. It was annoying, but whatever, that's part of public land hunting. And when bulls are bugling, people hear them and they're going to come. Anyway, back to the next day or the next week, get up in there. I'm just trying to get some bugles that evening, drop down, check some game cameras, find a freaking like stud bull on my game camera. Like one that like got me excited. Like he had like a caribou on all palmated on his left side, like just a tank. And he was in there.
Never had him on camera before?
Nope. And he was like 2 weeks before I was in there. I'll show you.
That was home base?
Yeah, I was like, he's a good looking bull.
Cool.
So stayed the night up on the ridge, trying to get some bugles that evening. I get one like faint, way off, go to bed, wake up around like 3:30 and just kind of start walking this ridge, trying to get some kind of a response. And take my bike, drive up to a peak, bugle, and I get one back down in my drainage where my camera was. And I was like, okay, perfect. Drop back down, start heading down there. It's still dark outside. It's kind of funny. So I wear glasses and contacts, and I was going to wear my glasses that day. But for my bike helmet, took my glasses off, put it on my bike, started hiking down the ridge, and it's dark, so I can't really see anything anyway. I'm just using my light. And I get down to this little bench, and I got the bulls bugling. They're probably 200 yards below me. And I'm like, man, I just can't see very well. and I'm like, oh, my freaking glasses are up at the bike, and this is another 600 feet back up the mountain. I was like, I'm not doing it. But luckily, I had extra contacts in my bino.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, in my binar, so I was able to throw those in.
How hard is it to throw contacts in that fast?
I've had contacts for years.
Okay.
So, yes. Yeah.
Wham, bam. You're in the game.
Back in it, going. And my wind it's morning, so I'm kind of blowing downhill, and I got to stay on this little finger ridge so my wind isn't kind of blowing at them. So I'm trying to get below them. Seems like they're kind of heading down to water. There's a decent little creek down there, a bunch of bedding areas, and working my way down. Things are seemingly like going great. I'm getting good responses like every time. And
what are you hitting them with?
At that, I was just cow calling on that
Good.
one. I was not bugling. I was just cow calling, moving down the ridge, keeping my wind, like not trying to push it too much, knowing that I got 2 bulls down here like this. I should be okay and have at least a decent encounter. Get down to the bottom. One bull had kind of worked back up. I figured this was the one with cows. And then I had a satellite bull, just probably 200 yards away from him, cross the creek, come up, get to his level. This bull's coming in like on a string. I was like, I'm going to freaking get a shot on this thing. And then all of a sudden he was just quiet. And I was like, what the heck just happened? I checked my wind, and I was getting a weird, like it was blowing side hill right at him in the morning. Should have definitely had a thermal going down. So I wasn't even thinking about wind. So I get winded by that one, which was...
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, I was so frustrated because I feel like I played it.
I know that feeling of like, oh my God, he is coming on a string. Like, it's not if, it's just...
Oh, he was sub 50. It was,
oh my gosh.
It was thicker there.
Yeah.
But I still, I felt good about it. Mm-hmm. At least getting him to kind of come in where I could kind of see him. I've had this a bunch where they're coming into 20 yards and you can see him and they just don't see anything, turn and whirl. Yeah. But I thought I'd at least get that. Ended up blowing him out, but there was still that other bull was bugling. So I circle back, try to get above him. But at this time, another hunter comes off the top of the ridge and starts pushing this bull. And it's funny, actually, I know the guy who was doing this. He didn't know that I was down there, I don't think.
He didn't know? Is it one of those deals where the way he came in, the way you dropped in is completely different? He didn't see you because you were on a bike, you said?
Yeah, he came in from a different side.
So that's just one of those deals.
It's just no one's fault. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Although I'm going to give him a little bit of crap. I'm pretty sure his wind there's no way he had a good wind kind of coming down on this bull. Anyway, so I'm trying to circle back. I'm trying to cut him off because I kind of figure where they're going. There's some like thick little timber through there where they've been bedding down, historically. I'm trying to get around them. And again, so my best attributes are like hiking. Like I'm just a good hiker. So I'm trying to circle back around to get in front of them. And I get to close to the top of the ridge, and this bull seems like he's very close, and get back all the way to the top and bugle thinking he's going to be like right there. I'm going to get him to turn and at least have some kind of little encounter. But I get up there and it was ghost town, like just nothing. And by this time it's close to 9:30 and I'm up there for a little bit, just trying to get a response, kind of get an idea of where they went, and wasn't getting anything. And now the time is kind of ticking a little bit because I'm just a long ways. So I got to bike all the way back. I probably got a 45-minute hour bike ride. I'm not a great motorcycle guy. Like that's not my skill set. I got one of those electric Surons this year.
What do you think of those?
Dude, so as far as like skill level, it's allowed me to get into places that I would never be able to get into on like a regular motorcycle.
Because it's so light and
it's light. I don't have to feather the clutch. I can't kill it. It's just I get into because it's like the big uphills and downhills is where I just not.
How's it do on the steep climbs?
Great.
Hooks up okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How's it do height wise for you? Because you're not a little dude by any means, and the brush that hangs over those trails kind of sucks.
Yeah. So I got the bigger one. I got the Ultra B.
Ultra B?
Ultra B.
I'm thinking about getting one. That's why I'm asking these.
Yeah. It's like honestly, I really like it.
Okay.
Now again, but the range is still it's not a gas. So you're not gonna pack a bull out 5 miles.
No.
Like back and forth. You're not gonna back a full one out. You're not gonna go back and forth that many times.
Rejuice this thing?
I got a generator.
And does it fully charge?
Pretty quick, actually.
Like how long?
So
all night?
I mean, no. Like if it's at 0, like it's gonna take probably I think it's 4 hours. But to top it off, when you're at 50%, like 2 hours, hour and a half.
Awesome. Okay, I could be into that. Plus, you could figure out some big solar.
Yep, and you could have a second battery too, and they do make a bigger battery. It weighs a little bit more.
How hard is it to swap batteries?
1 minute.
Okay, I am the kind of guy that would have the bigger battery times 2, a generator, plus some sort of but depends on. This is the first year I hardly used my dirt bike. Yeah. In fact, I used that freaking UTV out there, that Ranger 1500, so much more than a dirt bike.
Yeah, that would have been. Like, I wish I could use that, but I just can't get into where I was.
Oh, I know about North Idaho.
Yeah.
That's the place that ruined me. It taught me how to, I was 21 and bought my first dirt bike, only to elk hunt off of.
And that's pretty much why
I was scared to death. Like, I'd go in the summers and try to learn how to ride this cross-country enduro through the rocks. That's
definitely what it is.
The ruts, it's steep, the switchbacks.
It's hard.
It's very technical. I can't tell you how many times I've crashed. And then the best part is when you actually kill an elk and you're like, okay, I think I know how to ride. Well, do you? Because it's a completely different game when you got an elk quarter on your back.
Yeah. It would be extremely hard.
I can't tell you. One time, this was like first elk I've killed with a dirt bike in the back. And I was like, okay, I'm going to haul out. I got all the meat to the dirt bike trail.
Yep.
Very first load. I get it on my back. I get on the bike. It's an old air-cooled, and it's steep. It's Idaho, right? I give it just a little bit of gas, and it's just front tire. I just remember watching the front tire go up and then just come straight down on top of me with all the meat on my back.
That's spooky.
It was terrible.
That's spooky.
It was terrible. I had a buddy with me to help me recover, but you can't just put all that weight on your back and not expect that front tire to come up the ground. So, all right. So Suron, interested. That's cool. I'm going to have the guy who, manages All Sport Polaris.
Yep.
They're the ones that lend me this Ranger 1500. Yep. I told them I really wanted to try. They do. They can never keep them in stock.
No. Well,
did you buy yours off Temu or something? Or?
I did. I bought that off Alibaba and saved $2 or $3 grand on it.
Alibaba. Was it sketchy?
Oh, it's super sketchy. I got this little Chinese lady calling me dear and it was.
Is it over the phone?
No, it's all text message and stuff. But it again, like, I mean, it was $5,000 and to give China $5,000 when I thought I was going to get like a little match buy. No.
Okay.
No, there was no shipping. Again, maybe the tariff was
built into
it, but
my buddy
shipping
Ryan,
to my house
who's a firefighter with, he showed up the other day right before season, and it was great to see him. I told him, if you're listening, Ryan, you need to get your ass over here and pod with me because he's been on the pod before. I think the name of that pod, was year one, is I think he killed 1,000 inches of elk bone in one season with a bow.
I think I know what Ryan you're talking about. I think we ordered like we got our bikes the same day.
Did you order with him?
No, I didn't order with him.
Because he got 2, and he shows up in the back of your truck in crates. And I'm like, what's in the back of your truck? He's like, 2 bikes. And I thought he bought them. So he bought them from the same website as you.
Yeah.
And he saved a lot of money, and he got one for his buddy, and they like went in, and so same deal.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys.
But again, like I probably would have bought it from the guys here in town, but they didn't have them. They didn't have them in stock.
They haven't had any.
Yeah, because I think that some of the tariff stuff Saran has stopped shipping the Ultra B into the United States for now, I think.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get some in.
Yeah.
And then I think I want to get the smaller one for my kids.
I would. They'll freaking love it.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the bull. So the big herd bull, you never got him bedded, or at least he bedded and wouldn't.
Yep. I didn't know where he was. Again, I'm time crunched, and I was like, I got to get back and help my wife with the kids and get ready for my work day.
Yeah.
So I am walking back to my bike where my camp was, and I bet I'm maybe 50 yards from my bike, and just walking down the trail, and I hear a bull bugle within 100 yards. And I was like, no stinking way. And he's up in like no man's land. Like we're close to
like Aldery?
No, not Aldery. Timber, but he's on coming up off like a south facing slope, but we're at like 6,000 feet,
what time of day is this?
This is 9:30.
Yeah. Those bulls don't like that heat.
No. And to me, I think he had to have been, he's like, I'm moving, like I'm bouncing up over and going to go into the drainage that I was just in. So I think he was just
coming over,
just moving.
Yeah.
And I just caught him at the right place, right time. And so he bugles. I kind of grab my bow, knock an arrow. I bugle and rake. He responds right away. I move down another 30, 40 yards and get kind of set up, bugle and rake again. And I just kind of sit and wait. And I can hear him kind of snapping some brush, raking and moving in. And he comes in, stops probably 40 yards, kind of frontal looking at me. He's got kind of a branch kind of coming down in front of his face. And I'd drawn at that time, thinking he was going to kind of keep coming in, and stood there for probably 30 seconds, felt like a minute, however long it was, kind of looks to his right. And I thought he was going to, because he saw my last little bit of my draw.
Yeah. He's
draw cycle. Yep. Movement. And so he's staring me down, but ends up coming right up kind of to me. And I got 2 big trees that he's going to walk through this window in between these 2 big trees. And I just kept thinking that he was, because I've had this happen before where they walk in front of that tree, turn and look up at you.
But there's no vitals exposed.
There's no vitals. You can't see anything. And I was nervous that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And so he's quartering towards me harder than I would like.
Yeah.
But this thing's 10 yards. And I was like, I just don't want to miss another opportunity, because I've not taken a lot of shots that I probably should have, trying to wait for like the perfect broadside shot, like the picture perfect, instead of just maybe pushing that envelope a little bit. So I was like, I can't do it. Like I'm going to shoot him. And I was going back and forth of, do I shoot this thing in the shoulder and just know that my arrow is probably going to go through that shoulder? I was literally shooting through 2 shoulder bones out here from like 30 or 40 yards.
Yeah. That test.
I was like, this is 10 yards. Like, I think I can.
What's on the end of your arrow?
The iron well wide.
Let her eat.
I know. And I didn't.
Good for you.
I shot behind the shoulder.
Okay.
And if it had been a broadside, it would have been like a perfect shot. I mean, I was probably.
So you're pretty tight to the shoulder, though.
Yeah, I was probably an inch maybe behind that shoulder. Okay. And I've done like the Joel Turner class. Like I felt so calm, like on the draw cycle. I had I was just pulling my bow back, and it was just another arrow, which I loved that part about it. And shoot the bull, turns and whirls, runs back, comes right back in front of me again. And I see that arrow coming out pretty far back, like further back than it should have, as far as like my angle, like almost back at his hip or like butt almost.
But it obviously blew through him.
Yep. So I had probably 4 inches of arrow still in him.
What part of the arrow was still in him?
Just the back half.
But it broke?
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Could you see in front of the shoulder when he was quartering to?
Yes.
Why the hell didn't you not put it right there, man?
I don't know if I could have seen it that well. Again,
Okay,
like it was
okay.
no, I don't. It wasn't. The frontal was not a.
Okay.
It wasn't a frontal shot. And again, like I'm not saying I made a great shot. Like this was not a great shot.
And 10 yards is interesting because, like, what's your pin configuration?
30, 40, 50.
That's actually, oh my God. I bet your 30 hits exactly where you want at 10 yards.
No, I think it does.
Whereas I bet at 20 yards, your 30 or your first pin is 2 or 3 inches high.
Yeah.
But when you're at 10, that arrow's still rising.
Yeah.
And what I've found is 10 to 12 yards, my 30-yard pin
It's
is
still
what
good.
to use.
And
Isn't that
it felt
crazy?
so close that I was not worried about
No.
missing or being too high or too low. Is like, do I shoot the shoulder or do I shoot behind it? That was my only thing.
So
kind of going
you
through that.
definitely probably hit, obviously you got the first lung, I would hope.
Yeah.
Obviously you probably got some part of their liver. What side is he facing you? Is it his right side?
I got his right side.
Yeah, so his liver should be on the other side. Like, I mean, obviously, like,
Yeah.
but on the other side of the body, you probably nicked a liver, and then you probably just went right through intestines, I would
Yep.
assume.
Yep.
But that's all happened fast.
Yeah, I was like this. I mean, again, like I think I see this arrow at this point. I mean, I see like this little streak.
Yeah. Did you have a lighted knock?
I did.
Okay. So
But
you
that was
shoot him,
still
what
inside of
happens?
him. Nope. Turns and runs, and then I'm just like that huge emotional, like just dump where I've shot some elk with a rifle.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. It's not the same. Where there's this big disconnect where
Yeah.
you shoot something and you're like looking, okay, it went down. And it's cool. Like it's obviously great. Like I loved it. But that feeling after shooting an elk and you know that like, okay, that thing it's going to die.
Mhm.
Like it's a dead elk
Yeah.
was insane. So then all of a sudden, like, cause I'm kind of bummed. I'm going back home and then get this beautiful opportunity. And then you're just on top of the world. You're just
Holy shit,
so
it happened fast.
freaking excited.
It happened fast.
Yeah. And actually go
So
ahead.
did he tip over?
No.
Okay, I'm still hung up on, okay, adrenaline dump. We didn't get both lungs. How far did this bull run? Is he still in sight?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope. So I watched him run for a little bit. Again, it's North Idaho. You get to
Yeah.
see him around, but he actually was in a relatively openy timber spot for North Idaho.
Cool.
And I can see him run a little bit, and then I kind of hear the direction that he's kind of went. But I was like, whew, okay, like I know down there too far is not a good place. So I hope I have a good blood trail.
Yeah.
Because this is.
And honestly, I'm thinking right now, and I love Iron Will. I used Iron Will this year, but I'm thinking you only got one hole that's going to probably leak blood.
Yeah.
And it's the entry. And I'm really glad you used an Iron Will wide versus a standard on that shot angle.
Yeah.
Because with the standard, I don't know if you would get much blood.
Yeah. And so I sat there, waited, tried to listen for however long, I don't even know. And luckily where I was 50 yards from a spot that had cell service. So take pictures, do a little video of like, okay, I shot here. This is where he was. This is where he ran off, just so I could kind of reference it. Go back, call my wife because I'm on freaking cloud 9 that I just shot a freaking bull. And she is so excited. Like she is so pumped. And go back down. And I was like, I know he ran far enough away. I just want to go down, see if I can maybe find the arrow, find some blood, something. And I'm just kind of doing just back and forth in a spot where I know that I shot him and I'm trying to find anything. And I found some tracks, but no blood. Haven't found a drop of blood, which is a little disheartening.
And you haven't found your arrow.
I found my arrow. I got nothing to go off of except for a direction.
And how much time did you give him?
Like 30 minutes.
Okay.
But again, that was 30 minutes. And then I just wanted to, because I know, it's like, I know he's way down there. I want to see if I can find something close.
But you never heard him tip over. You just crashing the entire way.
Yeah. It just sounded like a bull crashing away.
Okay.
So it wasn't.
And are you on his tracks, Ben? Like for sure? Like, I don't know, is it covered in elk sign or is it his tracks?
I mean, it's
digging in.
There was, again, like I would get what I think were his tracks for 10 yards and then it's gone. So again, I'm not saying I'm the world's best tracker. Like obviously I never really done this a lot of tracking an elk through timber with no blood. And I'm trying to find like tracks of him running was hard for me.
Okay.
Like it was not something I was good at. Cause I was thinking I could find some. and then it would just disappear, and I would have nothing to go off of. So I just started kind of just gritting.
Really?
And, yeah. So after about probably an hour of just in this little 100-yard, 50-yard area of just kind of trying to find something, and I haven't found anything, I'm like, okay, like let's just start moving back and forth. I did a little, like on my Onyx, the little area,
shaded
tracked
area,
it just so I could kind of know where I'm at, where I think that he is gone, and start grading. Probably do that for another 2 hours, and I got nothing. Like I can't find. Like I just have nothing to go off of.
Man, not again.
And again, the further I get down there, it just gets super thick. And then this is 3 hours into it. I go back up and call my wife, and I'm just I'm down, dude. I was like, I finally shoot a bull. I know this bull is dead. It's just has went way further than I wanted him to. Call her, frustrated, and just freaking sad. Like I'm sad. Go down. Actually, I sat there for a little bit, and whether this is right or wrong, I don't think it matters. It's my hunt. I'm by myself, but I start playing some music. I turn on this Frank Forrest Essentials on Apple Music, and I'm listening to it.
Heck yeah.
I'm listening to it out loud on my phone.
I think this is legit.
Yeah, and I don't care. Like I had already kind of went through this area. Like I didn't bust the bull, so like it's been 3 hours. Like he could still be alive, but I didn't care. I'm looking for this bull, trying to find something to go off of. And I think song 4 or 5 on this playlist is called The Rock. I'm walking in a spot that I've already kind of been, and I'm literally out loud, like praying, like, God, I need you to help me right now. Like I have nothing to go off of. Please just guide my steps right now, because I don't know what to do. And I turned to my left, and I was like, man, that's a weird rock sticking out of the side of the hill there. Like it just looks weird. And I walk a little further, I look at it again, and there's antlers sticking out of that rock. And I lose it.
Oh my God.
I lose it. Like I'm so freaking pumped.
Yes.
Run up to the elk, and you're so excited. And to me, it's a freaking great bull. Like he's this great frame, like 4x5. Like I was so excited. And
I'm excited. Yeah. You're excited.
It was,
you know what I mean?
Like the best feeling of like high to low to super high.
Freaking elk hunting.
That's
it.
Gosh.
So much roller coaster.
That was the biggest emotional roller coaster day I've like ever had.
Yeah.
So get him kind of pulled down. He's already stiff. This is like 3 hours. He's been in the hot sun for 3 hours.
Yeah.
He's already stiff, flies all over him. And I was like, all right, it's
time to get to work.
I was like, this is my thing. So I run up, call my wife. Cause again, because I think he ended up going 170 yards
Piece of cake
on
for
this,
you.
which is which I didn't think was bad for that shot. So I just had a ton of like,
it's close to your bike.
Yeah, no, everything
sick.
Everything was great. Minus I'm still a long ways from my truck. I'm probably I'm like 5 miles from my truck, which is not super close. And I know that I only got probably 60% on my battery. I know I'm not gonna buzz this thing back and forth. And I'm still trying to figure out like, okay, do I drop this thing down to the creek and do a different route and try to drive all the way around, or just trying to analyze it? So I'll call my wife. She starts trying to figure out how to get the kids to my mom, and she's going to come out and help.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, I like you.
Yeah. No, she's dead. It gets better. And I go back down to the elk, and I was like, all right, this is the 2 things I'm good at: hiking and skinning.
Yep.
So I start skinning this elk, get him kind of pulled down. I'd not flipped him around yet, so I still had his spine going downhill a little bit. Okay. And got one shoulder opened up, and I start working on that neck, and I'm sliding that knife. And again, so I just got the Montana.
So you did not pull guts out?
Nope, not yet.
You're going gutless.
I was going to go gutless. I wasn't planning on, unless at the end I was like, maybe I want to pull the heart or something, just to get some organ meat stuff. And I'm using the Cam Haynes Skinner blade from the Montana knife. Yep. Hasn't touched a thing. So she's sharp.
Very. Yep.
And I'm going up that neck, and I kind of hit a little bit of like the trachea. Sure. Kind of bump out of that. And then when it bumps out of that knife comes out of the neck and stabs me in the leg.
Where in the leg?
I'm probably 8 inches above my knee inside of the leg.
Sir, there's some arteries near there.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes. So
did you hit the femoral?
I did not hit the femoral. Okay. So again, I've never seen like an arterial bleed. just like the movies, and I've heard that they're like just launching blood out.
Yes.
So I stabbed myself, and it's not like the knife's stuck in my leg. It's a in out.
Okay.
And I was like, oh shoot, I think I just got myself a little bit, and I'm
That's
looking
a
down,
sharp knife.
looking down at my pant leg, and it's instantly like turning red. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So I pull my pants down so I can see it, and again, blood is not launching out of me. I kind of describe it as if you were to take a glass of water and just dump it out. Like that's what it was doing to my leg. It's more blood than I've ever seen come out of my body. Again, it's not like I got shot by a gun.
Did you get queasy or anything, or tunnel vision, or cold sweat?
Not then.
Okay.
Not then. It was like, oh no, like that's a lot of blood. So I slam my hand on it and just kind of sit down, and you're just trying to gather your thoughts. Like, okay, this isn't good.
No.
I need to, what do I do?
I wish your guts were out of your elk too at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, I had one shoulder kind of open up, like not.
You just got started.
No, not enough for the heat of the day. And luckily my backpack was sitting right next to me. So I kind of open it up, and I'm pulling out all my emergency stuff, like my little quick clot. I had a tourniquet and get the quick clot on it. So when I take my hand off, I was like, oh, maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. When I take my hand off, put the quick clot on, like blood just starts like pouring out again. I was like, that's not what I wanted to see at all. And I'm not good with my own blood.
I'm glad you said that. So I've done some firefighting in my day. Blood does not bother me unless it's mine.
Yeah.
And then I'm just I don't know. I'm not going to call myself. Yeah, I am. I'm just a bitch when it comes to my own blood.
Yeah, me too. So didn't like that. So I'm holding that, and I got pressure on it for close to 30 minutes. And then my hand is going numb just from
the pressure.
Pressure. I texted my wife like, hey, or because again, so now I don't have cell service because I'm 200 yards off the ridge.
Yeah.
Back into where I don't have any service.
Do you have an iPhone 16?
I do. But I had the Garmin. So I had the Garmin, and I'm trying to message her with the Garmin.
Okay.
They're like, hey, turns out like I need you to come now. I just stabbed myself. And that message was not pushing through. Like it just wasn't going, which is kind of frustrating because I'm not down in the canyon. I'm up on pretty much the top of the mountain and not super thick tree coverage, which was kind of sucky. And after about, like 30 minutes of like holding this, I was like she's 4-5 hours from getting to me. And even if she brings 3 guys with her, how are they gonna get me out of here? Like,
You're a big dude.
I know. I was like, I'm not, and I can't freaking move. Like every time I tried to like move, like blood just started like shooting out around my hand. And
did you get that tourniquet on?
So I was good. So this is
That's
again
all I'm thinking about. It's distracting me. I'm like, where's the damn tourniquet?
I didn't put it on.
Okay.
So, and I didn't put it on because I was nervous of. So I had like rats or rat tail. I can't remember what it was called, tourniquet, but it's like a big bungee cord, and you have to kind of like double hand it to get it kind of wrapped around and tight. And honestly, I was just nervous of
taking my hand off
and watching it bleed. And I knew that it wasn't arterial. I was like, man, and I don't want to have a tourniquet on for 4 or 5 hours waiting for this thing. So I was again like I'm
yeah, you do. I'm convinced tourniquet. You just leave them on.
Yeah. So again, like I'm nervous of this, and I didn't think I needed it.
Okay.
But I'm still like I don't know how am I gonna get out of here? Like this is not gonna go.
This is less than ideal.
Yeah. Like I'm very far away from things, and I hit SOS on my Garmin, and that was hard. Like it wasn't like this easy to like, oh man, I better do it. It was, I don't know, you like didn't want to do it. Like I did not want to hit that button and do the 20-second countdown, send it off, still holding pressure. And you're just like, man, this freaking
That's all you
sucks.
do is you hit the SOS. That's it. Does it ask you, are you sure? Or is it like,
Yep. No, it was, are you sure? And then I remember setting it because I wanted the antenna to be up and kind of open. I sat it in like the ear of the elk. Just like, because I'm laying on, the elk is like touching my leg. Like we're connected right now. So I stick it in the ear. So it's got clear line of sight and everything. And I'm just kind of sitting there waiting because I haven't had any communication with anybody yet because it won't push out the signal. And it just does not push out that SOS number or signal. After 20 minutes, it asked me again of like, hey, do you want to do this again? I was like, what the heck? And again, I'm not in a spot where I would expect it to not work. And I know this thing is.
Have you messed around with the iPhone 16 satellite texting?
So that's what saved me was.
Because I'm convinced I got rid of my Garmin once I got the iPhone 16. In fact, I showed my dad, who's 69 years old, doesn't know how to do anything with a phone, how to use satellite text when we were in New Mexico. And he was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So him and I were able to like communicate the entire hunt for his safety and mine, because iPhone 16 satellite is amazing. Now, I'll say this and someone's going to send me an email. So don't send me the email. Yes, iPhone 16 or newer has a thing where if you turn on your phone, like you take it off airplane mode, it's going to be like, oh, SOS, meaning you don't have service. Go to your settings, and there's a little thing that says turn on satellite messenger or whatever. I don't remember what it's called. You tap that, and then you follow instructions that my 69-year-old dad can follow. And I'm telling you, it works in seconds.
Yeah.
And sorry, Garmin, I'm just not. I sold my Garmin. I don't have to pay for the shitty subscription anymore. I think there's times and places where it would make sense, but and obviously, if your phone breaks, what are you going to do, Dan? Like, yes, I understand you need redundancies, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yep. So the Garmin was not working, but I did it on my phone.
What'd you do on your phone exactly?
I did
911?
I did the SOS. So again, when you click it on, take it off airplane mode, it'll like bring up a little drop on mine. It brings a little drop down menu from the top. Click on it, and one of them is SOS, and I hit the SOS, and it shot out instantly. Like it was boom. Now, this is my only caveat with the phone thing is you have to, for whatever reason, you have to point it at a satellite, which seems stupid. Like there's some little like sensor on the end of it. Dumb. I don't know why I can't come in from the side. So that's
true.
And when you only got one hand, because you're holding the other one and you're trying to like get a stupid satellite behind you, that was actually like pretty annoying for me. So I'd much rather be able to just set it and forget it kind of thing. Like text it, and I feel like our Garmin just does it, but it was not working. So the first text message my wife gets to even know about this is from the SOS. So when you're on your little emergency contact thing for the SOS, you can have a couple of people. So I had my mom and my wife on there. So any messages that I'm doing back and forth with the emergency services, they're getting it.
Okay.
They can't communicate with it, but they can see my conversation. And so the first message that they get is, hey, I've stabbed myself and I'm bleeding. I need help. And I think that was tough for both of them to think that, because my wife she's freaking pumped, coming out to help me, getting things rounded up, and then she gets the like, hey, my husband has been stabbed and he's not doing well. And I can only imagine that was pretty tough to hear. But this is where you'd kind of talked about like your wife being like a unicorn.
Yeah.
And my wife's a freaking unicorn.
I love
it. She's a stud. So she goes into full blown like CRNA, like shit's hitting the fan. Like I'm freaking saving lives right now, Sarah. And calls my buddy Matt and gets a hold of another buddy. And my mom is going to take the kids. So she wants some. I got a friend who works at one of the little clinics in town and went to go get some IV bags from her so she can, because she doesn't know what's going on. She just knows that I've been stabbed, and that I think one of the messages I had said to like, hey, I'm like feeling a little like faint and queasy. I definitely got some blood loss going on. So she's like I'm gonna go freaking save my husband right now. And I don't even know if she even knows this, but my buddy who gave her the IV bags said that she comes just flying into the clinic, and she's texting me like, hey, I can't get out of the car because I don't have any clothes on. She just would grab clothes, jumped in the car, and started taking off.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah. And so my buddy, he's like, yeah, dude, I've come up to the car and she is butt naked except for underwear on. I don't think she even knows this.
Your wife is so cool. I'll put those on later.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't got time for that. And
I love that.
Yeah. So she starts head up the mountain, and I think after I was kind of looking at my text messages, after like the minute 40 mark, I have that little marsupial gear stretchy belt, so I got that off.
Yeah.
Because my hand was freaking going.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't hold this for 4 hours. Like,
I have that same belt. That's it's a pretty good belt.
Yeah, well,
for what you needed to do.
Well, was a great one that I could use one-handed.
Yeah.
I could get it kind of tight, and then I just slid that thing over the top of the quick clot and just was able to get pressure on it.
Are you going to sue Cam Haynes for having such a sharp knife with MKC?
Yeah.
Bro, those things, all their knives out of the box. Be careful.
Yeah. No, it's sharp, and it's kind of funny. Like they kind of found out about it through our mutual friend, and they kind of hooked me up with the Blood Brothers.
Yeah, you have definitely deserved
so I got a Blood Brother sweater and
that's awesome.
and hat and everything. So that was pretty cool. But I got spooked after I got the belt on, it started bleeding again, and then I passed out, and that's when I was kind of spooked after that. Because
how long did you pass out for? Do you think?
I don't know.
It's tough to tell, right?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I when I came to, I was laying on my back. I didn't have tension on my belt anymore. I was bleeding again, and then I went through this little like psychological like battle of like, what is going on? Like, you freaking figure it out. Like, you got to be tougher. So I'm yelling at myself on the mountain, just you like screaming at myself on the mountain, like, you can't pass out. You can't pass out. And then, you get the little, like the cold shivers. Like after you pass out, you just feel a little funky. But then all of a sudden I was in a great headspace. Like I was like, you're not dying out here. Like, you're fine. You're going to be uncomfortable. Like, you're not bleeding out. You got the bleeding like semi-control with this stupid belt. Like, yeah, you're not comfortable. You're sitting on freaking sticks. You can't move. You got 1,000 flies all over you and the elk. Like, it's
great.
It's just not ideal.
Gosh.
And
by the way, dialogue on the SOS. Like, you had a conversation with
some lady out of Houston. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's where it kind of was going through. And I understand like her job is she has like this checklist of questions.
Yeah.
But it was annoying because she's asking me like over and over, like, is somebody else with you? And I was like, no, I'm by myself. And then it was, did you do this on purpose? And I was like, no. And what does it matter whether I did this on purpose or not? Like, I need help. And I'm on the mountain by myself next to an elk. I didn't do this on purpose. So it's not her fault. I'm sure she's got these list of questions she has to do. But then it was just kind of slow. I didn't know how long it would take, but I think it ended up being a little over 3 hours before the helicopter got to me. So there was definitely some like communication stuff of trying to get things coordinated. And what made my dad feel better, because he's kind of reading all this stuff too, was I kind of started joking with this lady because she's like, yeah, we got 2 helicopters coming. And I was like, what the hell do you need 2 helicopters for? Are you going to haul an elk out with one of them? Like, nice. I was like, oh, let's go. That was definitely a struggle. Was like, I'm sitting here, it's hot, and I'm sitting next to this elk, and I was like, I'm gonna lose this elk. Like, I work so hard, and it all works out, and I freaking make a mistake, stab myself in the leg, and I'm not gonna be able to get this elk out here. I'm gonna lose it all.
And there's literally nowhere for the heat to escape. Like, you only got
no. And I'm like even trying to like, well, maybe I can like open it up a little bit. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, this is dumb. Like, like, so my wife, again, like, she gets people, she got 2 guys kind of rounded up. They meet at the trailhead. The wife of one of the buddies was able to get a hold of a guy. Him and his son were up there hunting. And again, this is just another kind of just gift. His son had kind of blown his bow up a little bit. His string had like derailed. So he gave his son his bow so he could sit this tree stand for this evening hunt, or more, whatever it was. Sure. Yeah, not evening, but just for this hunt. And he worked over to this ridge just to get out of the way for wind and everything. And he had service on that ridge in a spot that he never should have been. And so he gets the message of like, hey, Ben stabbed himself. He needs help. And he's relatively like close to me, has a 4-wheeler, and he goes back to his son. They both pick him up. He drives the truck back, and he meets my wife and 2 buddies at the trailhead, and they start heading in there. So my one buddy's got a motorcycle. So it's the 2 guys on the motorcycle, Sarah and 4-wheeler going in. And the guy in the 4-wheeler meets 4 of his family members on the trail in kind of 2 separate spots. So 2 guys and then another 2 guys later. And you're not going to say no to family being like, hey, like, this guy needs help. Like, turn around. Like, we gotta pack this bull out. And they didn't know if I was out of there or not. And I think they ended up showing up 30 minutes after I'd been kind of lifted up out of there.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But it ended up being, so back to like me, I got, again, after like 3 hours, you hear the helicopter kind of coming in, rappel a guy down to me. His name's Chuck. And
so the helicopter's right above you, and he rappels straight down to you.
Yep.
Sick.
Yeah. When it was so windy. I had no idea it was that much kind of wind coming off that thing. I thought I would be able to like, because I got a 4-year-old, and I was like, dude, my 4-year-old's gonna freaking love this. So I kind of want to like video it a little bit, but I couldn't do any of that. I was just protecting like my eyes and my ears because there was so much debris flying everywhere that it was a lot of crap everywhere. But Chuck comes down and talking with me, and again, so I'm kind of like still like, gosh, do I even need this? And I was like, Chuck, like could I have gotten out of here? Like, am I right? And he's like, nah, buddy, it's probably best you didn't move. So I was like, made me feel a little better about it.
For sure.
And he puts this coat on me. We kind of walk down like 10 yards into a little more of a clear spot. They drop the cable back down and hoist me up out of there.
They didn't have to even land.
Nope.
Sick.
Yeah. They actually had went and landed up on a different spot because they didn't know how long it would take for Chuck to kind of get me all situated. But then they lifted back off, flew over to us, and took us out of there.
Was it Two Bear?
Yeah.
Thank
Two Bear Air.
God.
Yeah. So I did not have life flight insurance. And here I'm sitting here thinking like, man.
And if you do have life flight insurance, I'm not trying to poke the bear, but I don't know if it's just like a seamless, oh, you have life flight insurance. Like there's still some out of pocket.
Yeah.
So,
I have no idea.
I've heard some things, but I don't know for sure. You want to,
regardless. Yeah, I definitely wanted to. So that was the one of the blessings. I was in just such a kind of a sucky spot that they're the only ones with like the cable system to kind of winch you up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fabulous that I got to ride with them because they're free. Some very just wealthy entrepreneur guy is
out of
Montana, and he's a freaking stud dude. Yeah. And he provides this free service to Montana, Washington, I think parts of Oregon and Idaho.
Yep.
They fly that helicopter around and stinking saving people for free.
They've saved a lot of people.
Yeah. So they drove me over to this bigger kind of gravel spot, and a water truck had actually come up and watered it down so the dust wasn't blowing everywhere, and landed there. And then the second helicopter, Life Flight, was going to come and pick me up and then take me somewhere. I'm not even sure where they were going to take me, but I was like, at this point, this has been 4 hours. I was like, man, I don't know if I need to get flown to the hospital. Like my bleed's under control. I now have this nice compression bandage on it, and I have a tourniquet up above. If stuff does get worse, I'm in a way better spot. And I was like, man, do I need this? And the sheriff was like, nope, you can refuse it, and I would recommend it. And I was like, okay, like let's not have the helicopter land, because I would rather not pay $60,000 for them to take me somewhere.
Yep.
Now, if I would have needed it, where I'm like, if it's an arterial bleed, I'd hit that femoral. Even if I actually think if I would have hit the femoral, I'm not sure that I would have been able to get it under control by myself.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have, based on how you didn't, and it was just that challenging.
I know. It would.
And I've killed an elk by hitting him there.
Yeah, and they don't go very far.
They don't go very far. So fast.
I know. It's like you don't have a ton of time. So thank God I did not do that and was able to kind of get out of there. But then I got in the deputy's vehicle, and she drove me back, and
to where?
Back down into Wallace.
Okay, so to some city.
Yep.
And then do you go to their little?
Yep. So I was going to go to the little clinic there, and actually have my parents come and pick me up.
Sweet.
But she's like, well, where are you going to end up going? I was like, I'm going to go back to Kootenai and probably get kind of stitched up there. And that's what she was kind of recommending.
Nice.
And she's like, honestly, like she called back. The sheriff was like, hey, can I just take this guy? And she drove me all the way to Kootenai Hospital. Like just a freaking step.
Sweetheart.
I know. Like they're not even in the same county. Like they're just didn't need to do that.
Wow.
And drove me over there. So thank you very much for that. But met my parents there and got all stapled up and cleaned up, did a CT scan, make sure I didn't hit anything crazy, and I was good to go at that point.
So all your stuff's on the mountain?
All my stuff's on the mountain. And so again, Sarah and the group of 7 guys show up to this elk, find it, because I was able to kind of text message some coordinates to kind of where it was. And they get all my stuff, and I think they have that whole bull out of there in 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay.
3 hours. All the way back to the truck.
Back to the truck?
All the way back to the truck.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and these guys are they're good. Like they've done this a lot, so they've had. I didn't lose any meat. They got it all kind of cooled off before they're putting it in game bags, and that was the awesome part. I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose anything. Even so, I had my release clipped onto my bowstring. Yep. And my wife she saw it on there, just didn't take it off, and it had fallen off. So and I was looking for it a few days after and couldn't find it. And I get a text message from a buddy of mine who knows a guy that hunts in that same area and who's like, hey, because he had heard about this little incident. He's like, hey, is this your buddy's release? He'd found this release in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And I'm like, I started even losing my release.
What release do you have?
The Ultra View one.
Yeah.
Thumb button.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That was worth the wait. So Ben texts me. I don't know when you text me. I didn't get it for several, maybe 2 weeks after you sent it, because I don't turn my phone on when I'm elk hunting. But when I open it up, I see you with a nice bull, and I'm immediately like smiling because I'm like, I knew the history. And then the next picture is your leg with your pants not on and a tourniquet, and you say, I got a free ride off the mountain with the helicopter. Pretty good story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I called you. I'm like, I got to at least make sure he's alive. Like,
Yeah.
oh, good, you're live. Don't tell me a single thing about the story. I want to hear it for the first time on the pod. So that was worth the wait, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. No, honestly, it worked out stinking like great. Like nothing negative happened.
Were you able to go to work the next day?
I did go to work on Monday.
Okay.
It was, no, that's not true. I took Monday off, ended up going to work on Tuesday. So I did take one day off because dude, like to walk was freaking brutal.
How long?
Brutal. Oh, it took 2 weeks for that to kind of feel like I could walk.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long's that blade?
I think the blade's like 3 inches. So I had it, or 3 or 4. I'm not sure but I had it. And it's like this unassuming little puncture wound because again, the blade's not super wide. It's probably like 1.5 inches wide, but it went in there like roughly 2 inches, which isn't like crazy deep. But luckily I got like kind of like a big old meaty quad. So it was just all muscle tissue.
Yep.
Which was definitely a blessing there.
Thank God it wasn't my quad.
At least that left one anyway. Yeah. You got stuck in the bone.
I'm trying to think, I think it was 2020. I was in Wyoming, and it was by myself, and I think it was like kind of like my last day in Wyoming. I needed to get home, and I was pretty far back up this drainage, and I had one of those days where like a system was coming in.
Yeah.
Literally every bull I'd get in really tight, get ready to shoot him, and the wind would swirl. And by like the fourth, it was like every bull. And it was an evening hunt, and it was like 6 o'clock, and I'd like already boogered every bull in the area, and I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm done. I quit. And I quit. And I'm walking down along this creek. I got 4 miles to go to get out. And I swear to you, like about halfway there, I look up on the hillside, and I'm like, that looks like a cow. And this is like a steep bank like you would see in North Idaho. I'm in Wyoming. I'm like, that's a cow. That's a cow. There's a cow. There's going to be a bull with him. Holy crap. Take backpack off. Knock up. Sure enough, the whole herd comes down to get a drink, and I shoot a bull. Shooting pretty good. I don't know. It was just before dark. So I had to I found him just at dark. No problem. I'm kind of glad I killed him 2 miles closer to the truck, or to the four-wheeler. So I start cutting him up. No big deal, right? And I got everything off of him, and I seriously been like, the only thing I have left to do is take off. Like, I've gotten everything. I'm just cutting off the last little bit of this rear quarter, and that's it. Like, I've already got everything off. And somehow I'm like in a weird, you know how it is. You can't, the terrain, and I'm like in this weird position, and like I get the quarter against my shoulder so I can have free up my hand, and I just bury the Havalon, and I'm like, I knew it as soon as I did it, and I can't see, right? Like
you can't.
So I go pull it out, make the last cut on the elk quarter, push it so it lands not in the dirt, and then I look at my hand. I grab the game bag I was about to use on that last quarter, and I just wrap it real quick, and then I had an extra game bag, so I got that, quartered it out, and I just knew it was so bad. And I didn't SOS anybody. All I did was literally just turn my head and start heading down the trail.
It's probably best you didn't look.
I didn't want to look. I didn't grab my bow, my backpack, any of the elk meat, and I didn't put that last quarter in the game bag.
Yeah.
I was like, I just went as fast as I could in my four-wheeler. Thank God my dad was camped a couple miles away, drove in there. It's like 1 or 2 in the morning, right? Because you killed a bull, you cut it all up, and then you got to hike out. And I open up the camper, and my dad's like, son, what's up? And I'm like, hey, Dad, I stabbed myself. I need your help. And he like jumped to it, and he's like, what? And I'm like, I don't feel good. I need to clean this out. I probably need to go to the hospital. Like, I buried the Havalon in my palm, like all the way. And I feel like I'm going to pass out. And I also feel like I'm going to shit my pants. And it both could happen at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what? I seriously just felt like, because it was my own blood. And my dad, to his saving, like, got it in the sink and undid the good thing I had that wrapped really tight with a brand new game bag, never been used. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. And so he cleaned it out, and I think he had some sort of pain meds or something. And he gave me, I think, a couple, like 3 ibuprofen and a Coors Light. I couldn't eat. I was nauseous. I drank the beer. I took the pills. He wrapped it up. I passed out. Like, I just went to bed.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next day, and him and my buddy, we got his horse and went and got that meat out. And then I went straight to the clinic. Like, I didn't go to the clinic first. I went and got the meat out and then went to the clinic. And then the doctor was like, stitched it up. And the guy was recommending hand surgery and all that shit. And I was like, no, I ain't doing hand surgery. I'm self-employed. Just stitch it up.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still have numbness.
I was going to say, you must have got like a little nervy thing that
I got a little nervy thing in here, but it's not bad. But I know, like, what you went through sounds worse because, like, it was daylight and you had to, like, work through your thoughts, and, like, it took you a while to realize that this was not a really good situation. And there wasn't an order of operations of things that you should do. Like, it wasn't super obvious, but you kind of, you got them done. Just went, And my favorite part is your wife hauling ass in her underwear to your location.
Yeah.
Like, unicorn.
Yeah. No,
love that.
That's freak. She's freak. So the couple things I've kind of have changed now as far as like my emergency kit. So I got one of those, it's called like an Israel style compression bandage.
Yes.
Where you can get like 40 or 60 pounds of kind of pressure on that. And then the tourniquet that 2 Bear Air used on me was, it's like just a Velcro strap with this little piece of plastic that you can kind of,
I have that one.
Yep. Turn. Yep. So that one, because again, you can use that one-handed, and that would have been my struggle, I think, with using mine, was that I would have needed 2 hands to kind of wrap that thing around. And I would have struggled with
crazy,
that, just
right?
watching my stuff
To think about that.
Yeah.
No one ever thinks about one-hand operation on tourniquet.
And bigger thing of quick clot. Because I had like it would have been great if I would like take the skin off my knee to get that one stopped. But so I bought like a military sized.
Oh, you didn't have a military size one? Like the.
No, I had like just the one you can buy on Amazon now is like this little like piece of square pretty much.
Oh, I was thinking quick clot, like super compressed, thick, and you open it up.
Yep.
And you get that, because it's got those chemicals in there to really try to. All right.
Yep. So I have a bigger thing of quick clot now. And now I know that you should pack the wound with the quick clot.
Oh, you didn't pack it?
Nope. And again, like that's the last thing I want to do is stick my freaking finger in that thing, because I don't know, I'm soft.
I wish Tyler Denham was with you. You would have been in good hands. But
I wish somebody would have been there. That would have been helpful.
Yeah.
As far as
you got to pack. This is great. Like, people are learning by listening to your story. I love the faith component of everything about you. Yep. I really do. I respect that. And the good Lord help you find your bull. And I'm so proud that you got it done. And you can kind of like you know, relax. Like, you did it. Way to not quit.
Yeah.
You didn't give up.
Nope.
You were persistent.
And that was the kind of the sucky part, is like I shoot an elk early in the season, and then I'm like, man, I'm gonna go hunt with my buddies. I don't even got to pack my bow. Like, I'm just having fun instead of like the stress. Like, all right, like, you got to get this done. And I couldn't even freaking walk hardly. So that was kind of annoying.
Oh man. What's the name of your PT practice?
Wardell Performance Physical Therapy.
And you have 2 locations?
Yep. One in Coeur d'Alene and the one in Liberty Lake.
I definitely sent several people to you, and people keep messaging me. Ben's the best. Go to him. He understands you crazy bow hunters, and a lot of guys, knees, shoulder, hip, whatever it is. After we're done here, I'm going to have him tell me what to do with my Achilles, my right Achilles. I don't want to ever tear my Achilles, and I felt a little Achilles tendonitis.
Okay.
And I was like, Ben's going to tell me to probably like do some voodoo stuff with it or whatever. So
I'll check that thing out.
Get a protocol from you. Separations in the preparation. Thanks for coming down today, Ben.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Awesome
Appreciate
story. Guys, we'll catch you on the next one.